Hello there, folks. Welcome in. Happy Monday. It is the 10th of March, 2025. It is currently just after 9 a.m. and I'm sitting down here to do my show and tell video. I have not done any in a couple of weeks. I guess I should probably talk about that just because this is more of a casual video. You can see here at the very top, we have this Lost in Space video. This was a release I threw out there just recently because it is a song that I kind of liked. I thought it was kind of catchy. And then I generated a whole bunch of art for it and then put it up there, okay? And you might also know that I have been releasing some singles that come all from the video. Let's see, right here. This one, 2.5 hours of epic fantasy music, 4K, enchanting fantasy. Okay, so this video right here, you can see the timestamps for all the different songs that are in there. It was an experiment for myself here. I'm gonna have to kind of go back to where I started from because I do agree that it's not for everybody. So I'm struggling with views. So for this one, for example, we go back here to the list. You can see that if I can find it again, I always seem to, there it is. I have a 30, we'll round up, say 3,300 views as of today. It's been up for quite a while now. February 25th is when it was published. So that's nothing. Like that's a very low amount. You can see like most of these things I don't have a whole lot. And if we go to what like started it all, you'll see it jumps up significantly. Like here is, the one for the pirates 1.5-hour video. But like this one here, this fantasy one, 104,000, right? And then there was the one that was the sci-fi, almost 400,000. See this one here, 55,000. So there was a period of time there. That was the original one that I started. This was the first video I ever made. The problem is you can see that YouTube made it 18 only because there's a scene in there where one of the models basically has a bare butt. And for some reason that crossed the line. I don't know. So they just age restricted it. So I don't really earn a whole lot of ad revenue, if any at all. This video right here, I was spending a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort to try to get this. And it took several weeks to get it to the point where I can release it. And even then I missed some stuff. I had a whole section of video that didn't make it in there because I forgot it. Like it was literally in a folder and I didn't put it in. Unfortunately, this was kind of a disaster and the view count is not very high. And I think what it is people want the more relaxing background music. They don't want anything with like a higher tempo drums, that kind of a thing. So even though I personally like this music better, it's something that I like to listen to. It's not for everybody else. And so I am going to try to kind of go back more of a chill kind of lo-fi type of thing for my next video, which I'm kind of working on in the background, but not really. Like I have some ideas. I'm making some songs. I do have some art. None of it has come together at all yet. And so this video right here, as I said, I generated some art for it. And because of that, what inspired me was a specific Lora. And that Lora is what we're going to talk about today. So if we look at some of these, let's see here, like this girl here. And some of these are like old and some are new. Like this one, oops. Her. So I was inspired. This girl. This one. This one. This one. Even that one, but it didn't really come out the way I wanted it to. This one. Right? Okay. Go check out the video if you haven't already. It's like really catchy song. So anyways, you can see that they have oversized eyes. It's kind of an anime style, right? And it is like we all like the anime because of the design, the art style from Japan. They have the oversized eyes. So if you just do a casual, anime, and we just look at some images here, I'll do a Google search. And you look at like this one, whatever this is here, you can see they like the bigger eyes, right? And from what I understand, even though you have the ears here, kind of gives it away. But from what I understand, somebody once upon a time told me, or told the internet, that they did some sort of research and they discovered that the style of the anime is actually kitty cats, kittens. That they modeled the anime style out of kittens. Now, I don't know if there's truth to that, but it makes sense to me, so I'm not going to dispute it. But like, we'll just pick up like this one here, this little guy over here. You know, small face, big eyes, right? Really short noses. And that's why you get cat girls and stuff. It's because it's already mostly kittens or cats. Mostly kittens. Because kittens have the big eyes with small faces because their faces haven't grown yet. Eyes, I think what I understand about eyes do not grow. You always have the same size eyes your entire life, but of course your face grows. So when you're a kid, what makes you cute is that you have big eyes in relation to the size of your skull, size of your face. And so that style, that idea, see that right there? The little cute, like, look how big the eyes are. Like, it's something that it's programmed into our, I want to say instincts, but I don't know what it is, that we find like, oh, that's so adorable. That's why we all kind of ooh and ah over like little baby things, whatever it is. So when you translate that idea, that style to anime, you get the bigger eyes, smaller face, short noses, and it's like a cute cat face, right? So that is the idea behind all of this stuff. So when I did my video, I wanted to do the anime style. It was but I wanted it realistic. And what inspired that was this Lora here, Ultra Real Anime Flux. And I will, of course, as I always do, I will put the link to it in the description below so you can go get it yourself. I did have to turn off one of the videos or one of these images by going up here and saying hide image because it did have some nipples showing, but the rest of these things seem to be fine. Okay, but it is what it is. It is the cute little anime style with the small faces and the big eyes. So what we'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll make a new one. I'll bring this over here and I'll just go ahead and load that up. All right, so we have a new template here and I'm going to, of course, start with loading the diffusion model. Now, if you're going to be doing anime, there are some anime diffusion models, but I just stick with the normal one. So we're going to do load diffusion model and we're going to have that. And I'm just going to grab the normal Flux FP16 or dev, you know, the normal one. Okay, and we're going to leave it at default here for me. I have 24 gigs of VRAM, so I'm fine. Dual clip loader, going to grab that one. We'll put that right here. And I'm going to do normal clip L and normal T16, and we'll make that for Flux. And then, of course, load VAE, just a standard one from the Comfy Core. And once again, we're going to choose just the normal one. So this is all what we have here. And then after that, we're going to be doing, we could do like a power Lora loader, probably something very simple. Okay. So I'll just do power Lora by RG3, which again is my favorite set of add-ons or set of nodes, custom nodes. And what I'm going to put here for the Lora is I'm going to do that anime. So I have my anime, where is it? Right here. And it's the realistic Flux right there. Ultra Real Anime Flux. All right, just right there. I'll leave it at 1. Okay. And it does have, if you recall, let's see, it does have a trigger word. And back here. So we'll just remember there's a trigger word, okay? So we're going to do, after that, well, what typically I do is I do a text box So I'll just grab that one from Tiny Terra nodes, or you can use this one from JK nodes or whatever, but I'm going to use this one. So I have that. I'm going to turn it green so we know the color. And then I'm going to duplicate it, Control CV. I'm going to make this one a little bit narrower. I'm going to rename it to triggers. And then I'm going to duplicate it again. I thought I hit Control V. There we go. And on this one, I'm going to call it persistent details. And I spelled persistent incorrectly, so we're going to fix that. Okay. And then we're going to use a text one of these things. And we're going to do A. And we're going to do probably B. And then we'll do C for triggers. So we'll go ahead and move these around here. And I'll make this smaller. And I'll make this really big. I'm going to move this out like this. Probably something like this. Probably something like this. And then I can stretch this down and put a whole bunch of stuff in there. Okay. And I am going to then Control A for all, Control C, and I'm going to Control V so I have a really nice prompt in here. I think I used, either I took it from somebody else's or I used ChatGPT. Flux sampler, empty, latent image SD3, the one I use. Flux, res, calculator, width goes to width, height. Oops. Yeah, that's right. Height goes to height. Leave the batch alone. Oh, I think it went to the same one. Dang it. Hang on. There we go. All right, there we go. And then here, I'll just do like a portrait. Let's see. Classic portrait is 2x3. We'll do that. Actually, you know what? I think your iPhone is 9x16, or I think it might, oh no, 9x21, 9x21, I think. All right. And then for the conditioning here coming out, all we need is the positive, which is going to be just your sample, or just your clip text and code. That normally would be here, but the string is going to go from here to the text box, turning this into a dummy. And then the clip is going to come out of here. The model is going to come out of here. And then out of here, we have our VAE decode. And then we will have just a preview because I don't want to save it. So I'll just do a preview. But also I'm going to do an SD or ultimate SD upscale. So the image is going to come out here, going to go to there. The model, I'm going to have it come out of here, and I'm just going to put a reroute, and then I'll reroute to there, and then I'll reroute over to there. Just, I don't know, because we have a negative prompt here. So I'm going to come out here, but I'm going to take a clip text and code. I'm going to leave it blank. I'm going to come over here to the clip, and I'm going to do a reroute just so I can reach it, plug it in. The positive is going to come out of the same place here, conditioning. So we're going to come right over here to the positive. The VAE is the same as where this is going to get it from here. So we can come from our VAE, come over here, do a reroute. And I'll just play. I know it's a mess, but it is what it is. So I'm going to bring this like over here, and then I'll bring that to there. And then the upscale model, I'll just pull that up here, upscale model loader, and I'll just do probably ultra sharp because we're not actually making an anime, we're making a pretend one. Okay, everything else is here. We have to change this to 1 because we are dealing with Flux. And then coming out of here, we'll do another preview. Actually, we'll do a compare. Oops. Compare, image compare by RG3. Okay, so we have the one before goes to A, and the one after goes to B. Okay, and we're not saving any images in this one because I'm just showing you what's going on. So we just do this, and we'll leave this alone for right now. And we don't need anything for the negative. We can do Flux disable guidance if we so choose. So we can have the conditioning from here go into there, and conditioning from there, oops, there, go into there if we should so choose. And then we can just minimize this and maybe just do something like that. Okay. Pretty straightforward. For the trigger words, I'm going to go ahead and grab the anime flux. That was a trigger word. I think I might have wiped it from the clipboard, so I'll put it in right there. And precision details, I'm not going to do any. Can't think of anything else we need. Beta, I might change this to normal. 30 is probably okay, but we can do, if we're only going to do one, we can do 40, probably get away with it. And I don't see anything obvious, but maybe when I hit go, it's going to tell me I'm doing something wrong. All right, so we have here our result. There's the preview. Kind of zoom in here. There's with some upscale. Now, if you want the skin to look better, of course, you could put another Lora in here. That's obvious, right? So you take another Lora loader here. RG3. So you do something like this, and where the model's coming in, instead of here, you go to here, then you go from here to there, and the clip comes in because you want to be able to do the positive here. So instead of a positive, what you're going to do is you're just going to take that right off of there, and you are going to put another clip text and code, and then you're going to put this clip right into here. And if you really want, you could come way over here where the clip, oh, I didn't connect this, forgot all about that. See, you guys didn't tell me that. All right, so we're going to do here to there and there to there. Okay, so anyways, we can do clip. We'll come out here, we'll do a reroute, and then we'll just pop it up to there as well. Okay. And then if you want to do the text coming into here, you could also grab this, or actually you grab it from here and you can put it there as well. So it has the same thing. And now you have your thing. And then you come here and we'll do like a skin Lora. So anatomy, we'll go down here to find some sort of skin. I think I do have skin texture style right there. And we'll knock it down to like a 0.5 maybe. Also for the model here, my understanding is that like the CX 200K, this one here is supposed to do pretty darn good with skin. We also have this one here, faces. So we could try that one right there. That will do some stuff, and then I can just turn this one off right here and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out this OBS Studio thing because I use QuickSync for the encoder. So I'm not even using NVIDIA. So I don't understand why just having OBS running just destroys Comfy. It's like 30 seconds per iteration. And I don't know why. So I'll have to figure it out. Probably have to reinstall everything. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But here we are on the next one through. And we're going to look at the skin here. So that's before and that's after. So we have a little bit more skin texture from the faces. Or it's the faces upscaler. Okay. So whichever way you want to go, right? So if you want to do that, or you can do, like I said, ultra sharp, and then we can try this. And again, I have to turn this off because it'll take forever to do. Meanwhile, what I'll do is I'll do some organization here. I'm going to use set node, and I'll use get node. And I'll do a whole bunch of these. So Control C, V, 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 V. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but I'll just do a whole bunch of them. And then this one here for get node, Control C, V, 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 V. And then I will match these up, and I'll do some organization and all that, so there's not so many wires. Okay. I didn't get very far before it was finished, but I did add some set models, or set clips. Oh my God, one more time, set nodes. And then I did some get nodes. So I cleaned it up a little bit, but I still have, as you can see, some things to try to straighten up a little bit more. And I still have like this going over here, which I could clean up a little bit, but I was making some progress. And then, like I said, I just kind of ran out of time because it finished and I need to get this video done. So I'm not going to do, oops, oh, Control Z. I'm not going to get too much more done here. Okay. Anyways, there we go. So we have with the Lora. So it's maybe too little to, yeah, I don't think the Lora was the way to go. I think for this case, I mean, there are some other skin texture ones, but I do think that it actually was better to use this upscale right here. And there you go. And also what I found out was that the actual aspect ratio of like an iPhone 16 is in fact 9 by 19. Tall slim is what it's called if you're using the Flux resolution calculator here. So with that in mind, I am also asking Grok to change this prompt here, because what I would like to do is change the theme to more darkness. So I'm going to go ahead and change this out, because if I'm going to use it for an iPhone background, or you are, or somebody is, I want it to not be so bright, because when you pull this out at 2 o'clock in the morning and it shines in your eyes, well, you're not going to be too happy, right? Maybe it's fine for the daytime, or you can use it for a flashlight when you walk around the house at night. But the fact of the matter is, it's just too bright for me, right? So I wouldn't be able to use it. And then you just email it to yourself and download it with your phone, and then you can make it your background, which I may do. We'll see. We'll see how the next one comes out. And we are back here. And as you can see here, I went ahead and swapped out the preview with an image chooser. This lets me pick the one that I want to send off to the upscale. And I'm looking at these and I'm thinking in terms of, if I did have this as my iPhone background wallpaper, which one would be the best for me, especially at night? And I think probably even this one, like, okay, well, I mean, this is the sexiest one, right? But this one is the darker, and at nighttime, that would probably be better. And then if I go down here, okay, I don't like this one at all. This one, so it'd be like, if I were to choose between, if I wanted to go like sexy, would I go this or this? And I typically don't like the straight on. If you see my previous videos, you know I don't like straight on portraits. So I'd probably go with that one. So I'm going to tag these two right here and progress them onto the upscaler. And I will get back to you guys when it's all done. Okay, we are back here. And we can now come over here and we'll zoom in and we'll see. Yeah, we got a little bit of skin texture, a little bit of oily, so we can try dial it back a little bit. But I'm overall pretty happy with it. Could go to number 2. Yeah, number 2 is actually quite nice. So, although I did put like a little thing on her boob right there. A little dust or dirt, dandruff or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, I actually kind of like that one the most. Okay, so there you go. Now you got your iPhone situation worked out. I wish her background was stars like this. It's supposed to be like this. So that is a drawback, but you know, just regenerate until you get the background you want. The other thing that I would like to do is talk about perhaps doing something a little bit more fun, a little bit more intricate. So I could take this thing here and I'll go to the AI and I will ask it to make it a scene with maybe she has a sword or something, like maybe more of an anime, like 16:9 for wallpaper on your computer. And I'm going to take this whole thing. And like I said, I will go, which one did I use? Was I using Grok? Okay, since I last left you, I was poking around. I put everything in groups. Just, you know how I do it. You control, make a square around it, Control G, puts it in a group. And I didn't do a great job, but I kind of moved things around, just kind of try to make it a little bit neater. As you can see, there are still things going where I don't think they need it. Let's see here. Let's do git node, and then we'll do VAE. Where's VAE? It's right in front of me. I just can't see it. I think I have to go up a little bit. Right there. All right, and then this would go to there. There we go. I typically don't like things to go from one group to the other. I know that doesn't make much sense, but I just don't like, see how this string goes over here. Like I need to get a get string. And then this one for the empty latent. I don't like that. And then I have the string up here as well. So I could do more, but okay. Anyways, it's always difficult to do swords. It just always has been. You can see it just doesn't look good. It just looks weird. Like she's not standing correctly. Like this is the best sword of all of them, but like, see, this one's cut off weird, and it's always been difficult. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a couple things. One is I'm gonna get the deblur filter out. So that is going to be another Lora. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm going to do that. And I think it's under miscellaneous, but I'm not sure where I put it. Okay, welcome back. What I ended up doing was I had to go back into the prompt and zoom it in a little bit, because having the full length, it was not giving me anything that I wanted. Now at least we have something like this where she is grasping what looks like a katana sword. That's bad, obviously. That one, she has an incorrect sword. This one's, well, it would have been good if it followed correctly the arc, but it obviously doesn't. No. Yeah, this one isn't bad. This one isn't bad. Yeah, so we have 3 that turned out okay out of 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and progress these ones, and we'll send it to the upscaler. I'll see you in a bit, and then we'll be done with this presentation. Okay, we are back here now, and there we go. We're caught up now. So there's the before upscale, after upscale. Go ahead and hit these ones, B2, A2. I'm not really a fan of this particular upscale model, but I am zooming in quite a bit though. Which one do I like the best? I don't know. Maybe that one. I like the background. Yeah, this is my least favorite. I like the way that she has her sword behind her head, through her hair. It looks cool. I like the background, the planet. But it's got like, if this is a planet, then why are there stars? So there are some issues that I have with this one. A3, B3. This is more the sword resting on the shoulder. That's cool. The nebula in the background and whatnot. So I think I probably like this one the most. So like I might make this one my wallpaper background if I was so inclined. All right, we're doing anime realistic. Now for part 2, we're going to be talking about something else. So I'm going to go ahead and end this part of the video so we could pick up for part 2, where we're going to talk about a different model than Flux for the rest of this video. And I will see you then. Be right back. Have you been on Civet AI recently? So if you haven't, I suggest you go over there. But what I would like to do is I would like to, first of all, invite you to go into your profile settings and make sure you turn off showing all of the XXX and all that stuff, unless you are in a position where nobody else is going to see what you're looking at, because what we're going to talk about today is not a continuation, but an alternate of Pony. So if you remember, I did a video previously talking about Pony and don't sleep on Pony, and Pony has some good stuff. The downside to Pony was that it's where all the deviants hang out, and there's the models and Loras that they come up with. Yeah, it's not good. It's just, I have a hard time even scrolling past them because they're just, yeah. I weep for our children. Anyways, but when you go to Civic AI and you go down to like featured models, you can see F1 is Flux 1, Flux 1, but then you have this one, Illustrator, IL. And you go, well, what the hell is Illustrator? And you go, oh, it must be just like a one-off, right? Well, it's made for, well, just doing that, illustrations. Flux, Flux, Illustrator, Flux, STXL, Flux, Illustrator, okay, Illustrator, Flux, Illustrator, Illustrator, Flux, Flux, Flux. Win 2.1, Flux, Illustrator, Illustrator, Flux, Illustrator, 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 Illustrator. Get the point. So many people are now jumping into Illustrator. And I guess it's probably because, like, here's this one right here, Medieval Worlds Illustrator. Check this out real quick. Go ahead and click on that. I'm like, well, okay, what is this all about? And so if we go up here to models and then we go over here to the filters and we're looking at what we got. Remember, I have all this stuff blurred out because it just gets crazy. Illustrious right there. Oh, I'm sorry. I said Illustrator, didn't I? Illustrious, but it's Illustrator is what it is. It's for illustrations. So we have checkpoints and Loras for Illustrator. Oh my God, one more time. Illustrious. Sorry guys, sorry. And you can see all the blurred out stuff even for rated R. The people that work on this stuff, like I said, if it's possible to be more, deviant, I guess, than Pony. I didn't think it was possible, but Illustrious seems to be where it's at. It's worth checking out. And there is some stuff here, like this is a Lora here, that brings the more true to life stuff forward. So instead of just doing cartoons, you can sometimes find a Lora, like this one right here, Hyper Realism Lora, Flux plus Illustrious. It's an Illustrious Lora there. I'll just type in IL. Okay, so here is my chicken scratch Illustrious one here. It does have, actually, this is not mine. This is somebody else's. I apologize. But we have here a Lora. We have here whatever it is. This is supposed to be some sort of a mystical cave I was working on, and we'll go ahead and check that out. And while that's doing things, I can come over here, go to Civic AI again, models, and it should have retained the previous. So we could turn off Loras and just do checkpoints, and we'll just see what kind of checkpoints are available. So we have some checkpoints. So obviously you have some adult ones, so we're gonna pass that. I mean, if I was by myself here and you guys weren't watching me, I'd probably check these out, right? But because I have to not get taken down by YouTube, I have to be very careful about what I click on. So this one right here is, so you can see it's Illustrious and Pony, because like I said, they're kind of related. I'm not into furry stuff. I even have furry blocked, but for some reason it keeps showing up. Like I literally have it, like, look, if I go to here and I go to my profile, I think it's my profile here. Nope, not profile. That's wrong. It's the cogwheel at the bottom, sorry. It's like, look, hide furry. I had to turn this off. I had it on. Hide gore, hide political. Yeah, I don't want political. I don't want furries. So I have it, but it just keeps coming through. Okay. So anyways, this is a checkpoint. Illustrious J. Okay. Let's see what else. Cyber Illustrious, Cyber Realistic. Something like that, maybe. So we can check that out. It's got some R stuff here. That looks pretty cool. Like I have no objection to that image. That image looks good too. Yeah, they're going for kind of a realistic thing here, right? So let me go ahead and I'm gonna right click. It's an FP16 at 6.5 gigabytes. I'm gonna right click, save as. I already have some of them, which I'll show you. So models, and then we're gonna go checkpoints, and then you can see IL for Illustrious. I have Sin roll, Illustrious, I don't know, whatever. And then Dark Mix Mojito Illustrious. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this one in there as well. It's going to download. I will be back when it is completed. And while we're waiting for that to download, you can see the cave, right? So here it is. You got the before. This is a preview after the upscale. So we have this. Did a couple, changed the way that the ferns and stuff were inside of here. And then we have the save image one showing the full thing here. Got a little person up there checking it out. Hyper realism Lora. I might have this already. So if we click in here, excuse me, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab that, save link as, and I will put that into the Loras. And you can see, yeah, all I had was the Flux Pro one. So go ahead and pop that one right in there. The mother of realism. Okay. Got a prompt over here. Guidance, steps, sampler, clip skip. Okay. All right. We are done with the download. So we're going to come back here and I'm going to hit the edit and refresh. Then I can come in here and we will check out Cyber. I think that's what it was. And then we'll come here and we have this Flux Pro. We'll go hyper realism. Got the clip skip set at 2 right there. Remember, I want to do some kind of a person. So like maybe this person here. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the copy of the prompt. Come in here and I want to paste that in there. I have to go back to this one. Put the trigger in there. Right, okay. I'm gonna change the orientation here, but we have an empty latent image. It goes down to the latent, and I don't like this one, so what we're gonna do here is aspect maybe. We have SDXL. So we could probably just use that one, the first one that comes up on ComfyUI custom nodes. So I'll just grab it because it's the top one. Okay. So now I can do aspect ratio and I can do like maybe a better portrait. Like maybe we'll do, we can do landscape, I suppose. No, I want to do portrait. Let's do a 5x8 portrait. All right. And then we'll take the MD latent from here and we'll drag it down to there. And I'll just get rid of this one completely. And I'll just put that right there. Okay. And we'll see what happens when I turn this one on. So again, we're using a different one of these and we're using a different one of these. Now it did give me some instructions for the information on the K sampler. So we're going to go back here and check that out. The guidance 7 steps 30, Euler, whatever, ancestral. So I'm going to come up here, ancestral. We have the beta scheduler. We have 7. We have it's fine. It's fine where it was. Okay, good. Here we go. All right, returning here, and we have some images here. So let's just go in here, and yeah, I don't see. I mean, it's an awkward looking pose, but it's not an unrealistic one. Like you could get a person to duplicate that. That's what I'm trying to get at here. So cool, right? I mean, I think that's pretty cool. All right, so we can go back to, let's say this one. Let's say we want to see this. So I'm going to grab that, come over here and plop it in. And I'm going to go back again. Oops, wrong one. And I'm going to do guidance. Yeah, sampler, clip skip. Oh, this is Illustrious. Well, let's try with one we have first and see what we get. And then if I have to, I'll track that one down and see how that does, okay? All right, so go ahead and Here we go. Yeah, it's not bad. And it's a nice lightweight model. And as I was saying, you know, I'm not going to judge you for what you're into, but if you uncheck those filters, there's a ton of stuff that you can do, especially if you're into doing anime and stuff. If you're into illustrations, like, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever it is you're doing, just don't break any laws, and I'm cool with it. But like this kind of art right here, I think this kind of stuff is cool. Neon cyberpunk splash art. I like this stuff. So this is something that I would do. And if you don't need to have photorealistic Flux type of art, I am absolutely in favor of this kind of a model. You don't need to have a Flux model that takes up all of your memory and does all these things. No, I really like this kind of a picture right here. She's holding a gun. I like this. In fact, can we try to do this real quick? Okay, so Neon Cyberpunk Splash is the Lora. So I'm gonna, which is what we have here. So I'm gonna open up in a new tab so I can just download it easier. So here is the trigger words, right? And I do still like this quite a bit, but I like the gun. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna grab this, save link as. I'm gonna put it right there. Okay, I'm gonna close it now. No, I'm gonna leave it open so I can put links in the description. So I have this one. All right, so go here. I'm gonna go back to this. Oh, it is portrait already. We don't need to mess with it. I'm going to, I gotta leave that open. Hold on. So this one, I'm gonna grab this and move it over to my other monitor so I can just copy it easier. Okay, prompt, copy, put it in here. Negative prompt, we can leave it. Guidance is 5. So we're gonna go 7 down to 5. Steps 20. I'll just click in there, make it 20. Yeah, so for the Lora, we're gonna have to do a refresh. So edit, refresh nodes definition, give it a chance to do it. Come in here and we're gonna do IL, and it's going to be the splash one, right? Okay. And then the trigger word is not in there. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to go over here and see, and I'll come in here and I'm gonna do a comma, or actually I'll do a semicolon, and then I'll just put them all in there, just like that. All right, see what we get. But what we could do, as always, put a chooser. We grab the image chooser. Okay, the image here is going to go into the image chooser, and then whatever we choose then goes down to here. Okay, and then we can get rid of this preview. And honestly, I don't need that preview either. We don't need it. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to go like that. And I don't need this either, or at least I don't need it to be that big. Oh, look, they had this sitting behind there. And then we can do more of them in a row, right? So where's the batch? Right there. So we can do like 5, and then we'll sort through them. So it's doing 1.47 iterations per second, not seconds per iteration. Right, here we go. What did we get? Cool? Yes, no, I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool image. But let's see what we get if I go again. I'll be back on this one. It's going to take a bit of time. Yeah, there we go. Image chooser. Okay, got to go up and check the images. All right, here we go. So, not what I had in mind. Cool, but not what I had in mind. Oh, oh, yeah, this one over here. This is what I had in mind, right here. This one. That's badass. I like that. All right, I'm going to click that. I wish her eyes were different, but it's like cyberpunk eyes, so it's totally cool. I'm happy with it. This is more what I had in mind, but now what the heck am I supposed to be doing with this? I don't know. So let's go up here to the empty latent. We'll change this to landscape for the next one, and I'll go ahead and queue it up. All right, we're back here, and let's take a look here what we got. Yeah, I mean, that's got like a paint splats coming out, like paintball gun, like you're doing paintball wars. Interesting, right? It's kind of cool. I don't know. It's not something I really care about. It's just kind of interesting. Yeah, I'll just take that first one. Maybe these two for fun. All right, I forget how fast it is because it's not Flux. It's kind of a cool little art piece. I know, I'm digging it. Fingers look right. These are correct. A little orange nail polish, pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm digging it. Okay, that's it. That's Illustrious. So knock yourselves out, enjoy, and hopefully you get some art out of here that you actually like. It's a lightweight model, can run on pretty much any of your GPUs. And as I demonstrated, it does do realistic stuff. And again, like as I was going through these things, you know, I would load up Civet AI, just clicking the link to open it, and I would see images, and it was really weird because I'd go, oh, that's cool, and then it would be an illustrious image. Like, well, that one's Flux, right? Kind of what I'm drawn to, though, that kind of art. There you have it. Illustrious. Look at this one here. It's kind of cool. It doesn't all have to be furries. The unfortunate thing is you have to wade through the nonsense that you're not interested in, whatever that might be. But I can't speak for you. As I said, you could be into that kind of stuff. And then there you go. Now you have two sources of this kind of weirdness. You got Pony and you have Illustrious. So with that, I'm going to hit this button here that says stop, and I'm going to move on with my life. Thank you very much for checking this episode of Show and Tell out. I will try to be more consistent on getting these out on Mondays. However, if I'm working on anything, I'm usually so exhausted that the idea of stopping everything I'm doing to go track down something new to show, I basically have to be so excited about something that I can't wait to show you, and then I do the video. But if I'm forced to like come up with an idea, it's like I'd rather do anything else. So that's why it's been a couple weeks. I've been really busy doing the other videos, and I have nothing's really reached out and grabbed me until, like I said, I did the one for the realistic anime eyes. I really wanted to share that. And then Illustrious, I got to get on this bandwagon and share it before it's, you know, everybody knows about it already. If you don't mind, click that button below, and I will see you all on the next video. Hopefully next Monday. Gosh, I am really bad at saying goodbyes. The next one of these, hopefully next Monday. There will be other videos between now and then. Okay, see ya, bye.